USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Mark Esper is the nation's new defense secretary. He was easily confirmed by the Senate today in a 90-8 vote. Esper is an Army vet and was Secretary of the Army when President Trump tapped him to run the Pentagon. He's the first Senate-confirmed defense chief since Secretary Mattis resigned late last year. Speaking in Washington, D.C., President Trump brings up AOC and the so-called squad.
The Democrats, I guess, are forced to embrace her, and I call it AOC plus 3. Okay? AOC. Not that AOC is a bargain, because she's not. I mean, she's no bargain. Look, I mean, we'll go into it at some point. I'll tell you all about AOC. I got more on AOC.
Those comments come as video is surfacing of one member of that squad, Democratic Congresswoman from Michigan, Rashida Tlaib, being dragged out of a Trump event for disrupting it. And you're listening to USA Radio News. FBI Director Christopher Wray is testifying before a Senate Judiciary Committee on Capitol Hill on Tuesday. Take a listen to this exchange between himself and Republican Senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, on Russian interference regarding elections.
Are the Russians still trying to interfere in our election system?
The Russians are absolutely intent on trying to interfere with our elections through,
Is it fair to say that
foreign influence in particular?
Everything we've done against Russia has not deterred them enough? All the sanctions, all the talk, they're still at it.
Well, my view is until they stop, they haven't been deterred enough.
And they're still doing it?
Yes.
Family members of a victim of the Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX crash are suing Boeing and are preparing to sue the FAA, alleging a conspiracy between the two. And there's a claim that there's a civil conspiracy between Boeing and the FAA during the certification process. They're seeking hundreds of millions of dollars in damages. And you're listening to USA Radio News. As many NFL teams head back to training camp, one of the men who has inspired many of these teams and coaches that have been winners from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Angeles Rams, and Chicago Cubs is Jon Gordon. Now, Gordon is author of 18 books, including 6 bestsellers, including Training Camp and You Win in the Locker Room First. Well, I had a chance to catch up with Gordon, and one of the things I asked him was, when he goes and talks to these teams, what does he say to them, and how does he help them understand that ultimately talent wins, but it's not always only about talent?
When I work with the sports teams, I talk about the principles that make great teams great. These are the principles, guys. And if you want to be a great team, if you want to have a great season, you have to understand these principles, and you have to live them. You have to come together with optimism and belief. You have to make sure you're connected, because if you're not connected, you won't be committed. You have to have that shared vision and a greater purpose together. And you also have to pursue excellence together. Yeah, we come from different backgrounds. Yes, we also have different paychecks and pay scales and statuses within perhaps our league or even our team, but we can all come together for that common purpose to be great together. And if we want to be great together, egos won't get in the way, and you will totally, and I've seen it happen so often, you will become an incredible team that accomplishes more than you ever thought possible.
For more news, please remember you can find us online at usaradio.com. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.